Oh,
there
well,
something you
I
want to?
thought that if you're gonna know even a little more about it, I brought my two golden rings here. This is from 1979, and this is from 1977. Best in Show horticulture for my African violet. I got the Best in Show for the two violets. The one violet was called Serenity, and the other violet was called French Lilac. And I was always kind of proud of that I had won Best in Show, particularly because the one funny thing with the first one, Serenity, I wasn't even there. One of the gals in our club, she said, "I want you to give me one of your violets." We were going up to Escanaba for a week to visit, and so I gave her this Serenity. We were living in a townhouse at the time, and I gave her the violet, and it was nice. I thought it was real nice. I grew it in a window. I always grew it in a window, and it was a sort of a dormer, so it was getting, the light was bouncing off the wall on each side and from the front, so it was getting light from each way, and so I kept turning it every day, and it was a nice violet, and it was white with a purple edge, and it was really a very, very pretty violet. And I came back after our visit in Escanaba, and I couldn't believe that I had won Best in Show. I wasn't even there, but this girl who entered it for me, I was very grateful to her, of course, for that. And then there was one other thing that I thought I should tell you. I have a scar right here on the bridge of my nose. I don't know if you can't see it probably, but there's a scar there. And how I got that, I was about probably 2 years old at the time, and our house was right alongside of an alleyway, and you see the blocks, there was 14th Street and 15th Street, 3rd Avenue and 4th Avenue, and that contained our block. And then down the middle, where everybody had their garage to put their car in, didn't have any cars on the streets, and there was and we were right next to that. And we were coming home. My mother was carrying Bernice, and in her arms, and I was running ahead, and I went down into the alley, and when I came up, the sand, was slippery, and I fell right on the point where the sidewalk and the alleyway came down. There was a point there, and I fell right on that and hit my nose right here. And my mother told me this. Then she just put Bernice down on the grass, because I was probably bleeding like a pig. She picked me up and ran in the house and called the doctor. And then she got someone, I suppose, in the neighborhood to take, or else the doctor came, and he didn't put stitches in it. He put clamps in it to hold it together, to keep it from bleeding. And so that's the only exciting thing, shall we say. But my mother said that, oh, she saw all that blood all over my face from the blow. She was real. It scared the daylights out of her, I guess. But and we had a doctor. Our family doctor his name was Dr. Kitchen, just like the kitchen, And he was. I remember him. He was an older gentleman, and my mother had an infected mosquito bite one time. I remember. She had a bad bite on her leg, and it got infected. It's funny, all those things sort of come back to me now, and that at the time they were just things that happened, you know, when we as life went on, and yeah, and my mother's mother and father lived across over in Stonington, of course, across the bay. And we used to take a fishing boat. There were fishing boats a lot of people had fishing boats. They go out and they fish, and then they go out and sell it either to the fish company or sold it to their friends and people. And that's how you got your fish. You didn't get fish in your market. They didn't have fish like we have now, you know, at Walmart and all. They have fresh fish that you can buy. But those days you had to know the fishermen. And my mother happened to be related, in fact, to Hansen and Jensen. See, my mother was a Hansen. They were cousins of hers. And Hansen and Jensen Fish Company. And we had fish every Friday. Every Friday we had fish of some kind. And so I think we had a pretty good diet without anybody telling us what to eat. We probably just went ahead and ate it because that's what we liked. And I don't know how true it is, but I don't think people were sick those days because we didn't eat a lot of fried foods and things like that, like my mother would. And she'd make a meatloaf. Well, that's baked. You know, most everything was baked. It was very few things that we fried. Even pork roast. Now my mother, she made such a good pork roast. Oh boy.